What if I were to tell you that farming for Pirate King Hondo is about to get incredibly easy, ladies and gentlemen, and I would be speaking the absolute truth. There is a very good reason why my free-to-play alt account has been holding off on spending all of its error currency. It's because of this very reason. But I want to talk about one other thing very, very quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Next Tuesday, we are going to have the next marquee within this era. The era of myths and fairy tales is what I would like to call it. That's right. Dark Side Yoda, Sith Yoda, soda poppin' little guy. If you would like to get yourself an opportunity to get some free shards of upcoming Dark Side Vision Yoda, stay tuned in this video because I will be doing a giveaway. You're welcome. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe, to another Galaxy of Heroes video with me, your bald boy Scribe. How the devil are you doing? I'm sure you're doing well, and I'm sure you're doing well for a number of reasons, not least of all which it is Friday unless you're watching this video tomorrow, in which case it's Saturday, unless you happen to be living in Australia, in which case it's Sunday. And this could go on for some time. This really could go on for some time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm feeling great. It's Friday. We're about to kick off the weekend. There's no GAC right now, which does make me sad, but I'll probably end up streaming something later just for the funsies. Right now, I'm more excited about this handsome son of a gun right here. Hondo! It is just good business. It's great business for people looking to farm Pirate King Hondo, which is the journey that I have started, the one that I have undertaken on my free-to-play alt account. As you can see, we actually have one of these requirements already done, and it is no slouch. Relic 9 General Skywalker. Now, what you may be aware of if you are looking to farm Pirate King Hondo, and I'll go over why in a second, is that many of his farmable units, Captain Athano, for example, Quigold and Kix, Brutus and Vane, Captain Silvo, all of these units are relatively new units. They came out a year ago. And because of that, many people do not have them geared up or starred up or reliced up to a sufficient degree because it is difficult to focus on new units in this game, particularly in this new era system where you want to spend an inordinate amount of your crystals trying to get all these new marquees to 5 stars to benefit from the 6 lightspeed tokens. And that's where things are starting to come together. They are starting to coalesce. As you may well be aware, within the shipment section of the error shipment, you can purchase yourself some Erodium Lightspeed tokens, and these tokens over here will get your characters to 5 stars, 6 stars, sorry, and Relic 5. Almost all the way, all of the gearing that you need to do, almost all of the relicking that you need to do in a lot of cases, and almost all the stars that you need. Right now, if you were to check the requirements over here, you will see that the required era is either released during the era of the Revenge of the Sith or earlier. Now, Revenge of the Sith will cover all of the Dark Side clones. It will also cover the Jedi Vanguard units of Temple Guard and Balls Deeper Balaba. Everything before those releases are also fair game for Lightspeed tokens with a few exceptions. Those few exceptions will include things such as TB units. Kiadi Mundi, that cone-headed son of a gun himself, is not available through these Lightspeed tokens because CG just hates, they hate your guts. That you particularly, not me, they hate you. Yeah. Sorry about that. They just don't want you to have Kiadi. It's a good job he's not, anymore all that great. But hey ho. Anyway, every so often these requirements will update, usually about a year after the end of the era in which they belong. So the era of the Revenge of the Sith is well over a year ago at this point. Actually, yeah, finished about a year ago. And the next one to become available for Lightspeed tokens is going to be the era of Piracy. And we have actually had some data mines to support this. Wonderful. Now, over here, if we head over to the rather wonderful swiggerevents.gg Discord server, all that great business, which is a fantastic resource, ladies and gentlemen, for anybody that is looking for up-to-date information on this game. Some of the devs hang out in there. I am a member there, but I don't really talk in there. You want to chat with me, come to my Discord. Come join my Patreon or anything like that and have a good chinwag with your boy Scribe, all right? I'm always on my Discord. However, they are data mines on this Discord, and you can see that part of those data mines include Lightspeed tokens and the new Lightspeed tokens that are going to be in the shipments, okay? So you can see over here, Bronzium Lightspeed tokens. That is, in fact, talking about... Let me just get this up on the screen for you, ladies and gentlemen. That is talking about, boom, Oh no, it's not talking about these ones. It's talking about the ones in the episode track. Apologies. It's talking about this one over here. Right at the end of the episode track, and we can already see this to be the case, you've got a Bronzium Lightspeed token over here. And would you just take a look at who this handsome guy is right here? That's right, I'm not talking about my little webcam down here. I'm talking about Kix over here. Kix is already in the Lightspeed tokens for the Era Pass. All right, so he's already there. Era of Piracy already exists in these two Lightspeed tokens. You can see him up there as well. That has been data mined, as we have already discussed. Now, further down over here, we'll actually see how this changes, because if we go all the way down, I mean, there's a lot of names coming in here. There's a whole lot of names, but you can see Carbonite Lightspeed tokens. Whoop, whoop. That's also inside of the shipments inside the game. We know that to be the case. Those are the 1000 Era currency ones, but they do not get you quite as high up. Those will only take you to 3 stars in Gear 12. And whilst that is nice, because it does mean you get to circumvent almost all of the gearing, doesn't get you to those wonderful relic levels that we are looking for. And past the Carbonite Lightspeed tokens, yeah, there's the Bronziums. Over here, we've got the Chromium Lightspeed tokens, baby. We love some Chromium Lightspeed tokens. And then you've got the Erodium Lightspeed tokens. And these ones are the ones that you find in the episode store that cost 3,500 of your episode currency. And if you take a look, it says Release Era of Piracy tanks. Okay, so this is for the tank ones, and if we were to search through here manually, you will be able to see we should be able to see Vane in here. There's Vane. Wonderful, we've got Vane. There he is. Apologies. And we should also be able to see, isn't Quigold in here somewhere? Quigsy, Mr. Quigold himself. There's Quigold as well, so you can see these are already kicking those pirate characters live. And down here you've got, oh, they're also the tank. That's because that's a Kyber Lightspeed token. All that sort of good business. So these are coming soon. All right? I don't know when exactly, but one could make a relatively safe assumption that it is going to be when the next refresh happens. All right? So the next refresh, if you need guidance, down here, 2 hours and 53 minutes. I need to get this video out now, otherwise I'll do it later. Sorry, that's not right. 3 days and 20 hours. So it's going to be Tuesday. Tuesday when we get Darkside Yoda. When he comes into the game, this store should refresh. Now, what I recommend you do is, if you are looking to see if the pirates have been activated, don't come through here and take a look. You might have a hard time depending on the size of the account. The easiest way to do it is if you go into your roster, go into your characters, and then search for, let's say, Vane, for example, right? Just bring him up in your inventory. If there is a little button above here that says, you know, promote with Lightspeed token, it means that there is a Lightspeed token available in the game right now that will be able to work for him. So if we were to take, for example, I don't know so Resistance Hero Finn, you can see Lightspeed tokens, this little tag at the top. You can hit that search button and it will find you a Lightspeed token that is currently available in the game. For example, these Carbonite Lightspeed tokens are in the game right now for Finn, because I've just used an attacker one on another unit that I'm working towards. Because, you know, like I said, I used one on Xaereth just now because I want to get Pirate King Hondo on this account. That's the easiest way of searching for it, to make sure that those Lightspeed tokens have been updated. Now, how can you do this? How can you spend your Lightspeed tokens towards doing it? One way is absolutely by using your Era currency to purchase these. There's 5 marquees, 6 marquees that you'll need for Pirate King Hondo. You'll need to multiply 3.5 by however many you need, based that on, you know, if you need 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., to feed that into your pirates. But that's not the only way that you'll be able to do this. If you are actually pushing for a 5-star unlock of Darth Jar Jar, you will be able to take advantage of the Lightspeed tokens that are most likely going to be awarded in... Oh no, they are confirmed to be awarded, apologies. Darth Jar Jar's event, tiers 1 and 2, are already confirmed. Tier 1 will give you 2 Lightspeed tokens, Tier 2 will give you 3 Lightspeed tokens. They already posted that on the forum. It is a guaranteed cert, it is a lock-in. CG are not going to take those rewards away from you unless they're feeling particularly vindictive, which I don't think they are at the minute. So, you will be able to use those Lightspeed tokens almost certainly on pirates. Of course, that does mean waiting a little bit longer for Pirate King Hondo, because obviously Darth Jar Jar is not really coming to the game for a good few months yet. You know, you're going to have to wait until we have got the 5th marquee of the entire era, which I can't remember which one it is that is the 5th marquee. Usually I think if you look in the era system, yeah, it's going to be Jackson. It's going to be Bugs Bunny over here, Green Bugs Bunny, the evil twin of Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny and Star-Lord had a love child. It was furry. This guy, when he releases to the game, you'll be able to get Darth Jar Jar up to 5-star and get those 2 Lightspeed tokens. You will be able to use them most likely on pirates because they are usually universal ones. So by the time he comes out, absolutely should be available. You will just have to wait a little bit longer. Outside of that, do not forget, because I am currently farming for this unit, right? I am currently farming for Pirate King Hondo as my first Galactic Legend on this game. Do not forget Rey's Scavenger. Not because she's a requirement, no, but because her ship is. Alright, Rey's Millennium Falcon, and you cannot Lightspeed token, or very often can't Lightspeed token, a ship. Ships take a year and a day to farm, so even if you are using Lightspeed tokens on the requirements for Pirate King Hondo, do not forget to farm Rey's Millennium Falcon. It will take you a long damn time. And that is a solid fact. As you can see, I'm only 37 out of 65. I still have, like 200 plus shards to farm of Rey's Millennium Falcon. I am refreshing this node once a day on this account to try and make sure that I get all the shards that I need. Now, let's talk just a little bit about why Pirate King Hondo in particular is a very valuable Galactic Legend for everybody to farm, and I do mean absolutely everybody. Is he the best GL in the game? No, he's not the best GL in the game, but just because he's not the best GL in the game doesn't mean that you just ignore him, okay? Pirate King Hondo, in terms of PvP performance, is generally up there with the best of them. He can pretty much beat anything on offense, which is rather nice. Defensively speaking, he might not be the best character anymore. Ever since the loss of his FDC and ever since the loss of Vane's FDC, you'll remember that nonsense that was in the game. He was insane on defense back then. He only had 1 or 2 viable counters. Right now, in the current meta with current datacrons, or if you are one of those players that operates in a game or in a world where the game does not use datacrons, he can be tackled by a number of non-GL teams, okay? Most notably at the moment is going to be Siamol Malicos, okay? That is destroying Pirate King Hondo left and right now. However, still a relatively solid defensive GL. When it comes to TB, he is pretty much a go in, hit full auto on anything and still win, which is wonderful. It's really nice to have that. And of course, we do still have the raid right now. He plays a pivotal role in raid performance. Obviously, the raid is a little bit contentious and up in the air at the moment. We do know CG have confirmed they are working on a raid. If it were me, I don't expect to see a new raid until the end of the year. All Meathead has told us so far is that a new raid is in the works and he can't tell anything about it. There's been no official forum post about a new raid. If it doesn't happen at the start of an era, you cannot expect it to land within 3 months, okay? So my imagination tells me start of next era we'll probably get an official announcement about the raid and it will take 3 months for it to come, which means it is probably right now out by about 6 months. Maybe they'll get it in for December. I think it's most likely next year. What does that mean for us playable characters at home? It means that Order 66 raid is still going to have a lot of viability in the near future. You're probably still going to be able to get some good juicy rewards out of this raid, and pirates are great. You can duo at the very top tier of this raid with just Pirate King Hondo and OG Hondo, both Relic 9, maximum score. I've got a video guide on that. I've got a video guide on a whole bunch of raid teams for this raid. Go check him out if you need that help. So he still has viability in this raid right now. Probably for the next 6 months is where I would guess, but I don't know. It's all subject to discussion and change, of course, based on the whims of CG. Now, finally, the other big thing about Pirate King Hondo, and I don't think the event is active right now, is Smugglers Run 3. Smugglers Run 3 is a recurring event that happens once a month every X Friday of the month. It's supposed to turn up, and it is hands down the no holds barred, absolute guaranteed GOATest event in this game in terms of mod calibration mats. Mod calibration mats allow you to turn your mediocre mods into fantastic uber god mods. That's how I do mine. Not only that, It is just the most reliable way to turn your good mods into god mods as well, okay? You get a ridiculous amount of micro attenuators, which is what you need to recalibrate your mods, essentially. You get about 150 of those every month. That is a huge, huge win. People like to advocate for Jabba the Hutt because he has Smugglers Run 2. And Smugglers Run 3 is over twice as beneficial to your account as Smugglers Run 2. It pays out over 2 times more of the same materials. So he's just Jabba, but better. And in terms of PvP performance, he's kind of just Jabba, but a little bit better, especially with the introduction of new counters to the game that have kind of made Jabba a little bit less reliable on defense, most likely because his son has got an absolute vindictive rage against the giant fat slug and says, ripped slug beats slothy slug, 10 out of 10, soloed you, daddy-o. Okay? So, yeah, Pirate King Hondo is just better than Jabba at this point. That's all I'm going to say. Now, before we wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen, there is one final thing for us to say. I am doing a giveaway today in this video, ladies and gentlemen, for people at home to earn themselves 5 pulls of Dark Side Vision Yoda, which will be given straight into your account via your mailbox on Tuesday when his marquee goes live. In order for you to enter into this giveaway, I need you to do a couple of things. First, make sure you are subscribed to the tribe. Hit the notification bell if you're feeling a little bit spicy. Give this video a like and comment down below. I need your ally code, and I need you to know I need you to say that you're entering the tournament, okay? I use a program to catch these things. So ally code, like the video, be subscribed, and tell me that you're in the giveaway, okay? Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Friday. I will see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.